All right, it is Garrett in studio with Danielle, and we are very excited because number 9 on the pitch, number 1 in our hearts, Mr. Ollie Palmer from Wrexham Red Dragons.
It's so crazy. First of all, he's so much taller in real life than I thought he would be. Like when he walked in, I'm like, Ollie! Yeah, he's definitely taller.
TV makes him look smaller,
Yeah,
right?
a little shorter.
Well, yeah, I play against a lot of big guys, so no, but thank you
Yeah.
for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
This is so cool.
Ollie, thank you for coming in. You've had quite the week in New York. Obviously, a season. You got some downtime, so you came to the States. And let's start before we start talking about football. You went to the Met Gala. Your team went to Vegas.
Yeah.
You and your wife went to the Met Gala. First off, how was that experience?
Yeah, so I went to Vegas with my team to celebrate obviously the success that we've had, and then I left and met my wife in New York, and then we've had a great week, and it started off going to the Met Gala after party at Soho House.
Wow.
And we had a great evening. Obviously, there's some really talented people there, and even watching Ray perform from about 3 yards away was a lovely experience. Her voice is incredible. So yeah, that was a great start to the week.
And
Did you have to get your special outfits and everything for it?
So I'm actually staying at my cousin's condo down on 22nd Street, and I didn't have the right attire, so he's away in Italy, so I just raided his wardrobe.
Oh, there you go.
He's like 6'5", 6'6".
Oh,
so
it's perfect.
I just put some things together.
Is it weird that he goes online the next day and sees his clothes on you online?
He's like, Ollie, we need to talk.
He messaged me and he said, "You picked the most expensive jacket." And I said, "Well, I actually tried to pick one without the label in because I couldn't see a label in it.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it would be a cheaper one." He
Yeah.
said, "You picked my most expensive jacket, but you looked amazing, so don't worry about
There
it."
you go.
All right, now let's move over to, of course, the thing that pays the bills, football.
Yeah.
So Wrexham came into our lives here in America about 2-3 years ago with the documentary that's on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, what was life pre-documentary versus now?
Just no Met Gala after party.
Yeah. Yeah.
The show's great because what Ryan and Rob have done, they've give everybody an insight to not only the footballers' lives, but the community of Wrexham,
Right.
and what the community of Wrexham is about.
Yeah.
And it really is, a passionate, humble, working class town where they really want and really deserve to have all the success that the town and the community have had, because I know people look at it and say the players and the team are winning, but the whole community is, and they really do deserve it, and it's everyone, it's everyone together.
Before we watched Wrexham, we were watching Sutherland.
Right.
And that's how I started watching these documentaries
Yeah.
about these small towns. And I'm like, because my husband's from Brighton.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is amazing. And I, in my head, always thought, how cool would it be to travel around to all these towns? Because every town has a story.
Yeah.
And the story behind the Wrexham community and all the people who have supported you and what they do for a living and being there every week and finally winning. I mean, it is just pulls on your heartstrings.
Yeah, it's a little bit like the Knicks, right? From what I'm hearing. So, and that New York feel where the support, you got the diehard fans,
Yeah.
the tough times, turning good. And yeah, I've kind of related to that a little bit just watching the Knicks the other night, is how people were so happy to see the turnaround for the team and what it's done for the city.
Yeah.
Exactly. And do you know what? It's similar to Wrexham, right?
Right.
And that's why it was so inspiring just being, in Madison Square Garden. So, yeah, listen, the town Wrexham deserves every single bit of success that they're getting right now.
Have you seen Wrexham explode in just tourism over the last 2 years?
You can't get in that bar, I guarantee it, right?
I've never seen so many coaches in one place.
Wow.
You drive through Wrexham, you just see about 500 coaches just flowing through the town. Where obviously so many tourists are coming through.
Huh.
On a game day. It's roadblocks and stuff like that. But it's great, again. I know it's been a bit of a change for the locals as well to try and get used to. But you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's only benefiting the town.
Now, Rob and Ryan, are they as nice as they seem?
Yeah, even better.
Really?
Yeah, even better.
What's it like working with the biggest superstar in the world in Ryan Reynolds?
Rob always gets so mad because Ryan is like, you know, Rob's like,
some
really?
credit.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest
Big up,
Sonny
Rob.
fan.
Big up, Rob.
I love Deadpool and all, but I mean, Sonny has my heart.
Yeah, do you know what? It's been said a million times, but it's so true. You've got two down-to-earth, humble guys that... do you know what? Ultimately, they're just really contactable, and if you ever needed to reach out, speak to them, they're there. You don't have to go through a PA or a secretary, or, you know, and they reach out to you too. They check in through the good times and the bad times. And for me, I had a really, I got an injury during the season, and then I couldn't get back in the team for 4 to 5 weeks. And you don't hear from people when you're not playing.
Yeah.
You hear from everyone when you're winning,
Right.
scoring.
Yep.
Was that
Oh,
two
well
seasons
done.
ago? Or?
No, this was this season. You'll see it in the. I'm sure you'll see
Okay,
it in
so
the
Yeah.
latest series. But in and amongst everyone, one person that did reach out about 3 weeks in to say, "Keep going. Like, I can't wait to see you back out there," was Ryan.
That's amazing.
And it means a lot because things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, where you know you're going through the bad times, people still reach out. And again, Rob's an unbelievable guy. They both are. They're
Yeah.
both amazing. And you know, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know both of them and their families.
And I'm sure, I mean, speaking of that, like being able to see that versus being a fan and a player on the other side of the pitch, I'm sure they just assume that they're just a bunch of rich guys throwing money at you guys, not caring.
That's
and
probably what a lot of people thought when it first started. Like, is that what they're going to do?
Yeah.
How hands-on will they be?
I think, you know, in England as well, people will always try and see the negatives. That's probably the one difference I've seen over here. In America, people are so positive. People want to big you up.
Stay
People
a
want to
week or
lift
two.
you up.
Yeah.
But I feel like
No.
people are always lifting you up. In England, it can be a little bit more, and the press can be on you,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
sticking knives in, right? But no, you know, they're 2-3 years in now, and the intent's clear. You know, they're here for the long run. They're trying to grow the football club. The infrastructure's
Yeah.
all been done properly, and everything's coming from a good place in their hearts.
I love it.
And yeah, what they've done, you know, they'll have keys to the town for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure. And as you guys grow and at the rate you're going, we'll be in the Premier League hopefully in a handful of years
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
might be too old to
goodness.
play in that
Isn't that
then, but
No, you got to hold on, Ollie. I mean, come on. Or just get David Beckham to come move you here like he did for Messi. I mean,
well, either way, hopefully it won't be too hard for me to get a ticket when I want to go
Yeah.
back and watch.
you have one of those like founding father reigns, being able to walk in whenever you want. Now, the difference of the documentary versus living in real life and playing your current season, like, is it hard where people get confused where they'll watch something that you guys did last year, but you guys are about to be in a current season? I mean, does it get confusing for people because they don't realize it's not?
No.
It's a year in behind.
Not really, because you remember things that happened in the season,
Right.
And it's still nice to kind of go back through it and relive it a little bit. But that's one thing that Rob's tried to change with the documentary. Speaking to him in Vegas, he wanted to try and bring everyone up to speed quicker.
Right.
Whereas before the season had finished, and then it was, you know, 4, 5, 6
Right.
months before people had watched the show, but still, everyone knew the outcome.
Right.
because
We
you can
all
see it in the
know you get
press,
promoted
know.
again.
So you're kind of sitting there waiting, saying, "Yeah, we know what's going to happen."
Yes.
So Rob.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I think ultimately maybe they might try and get the show where it's almost live weekly or every 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
that'd
you're
be cool.
living in the moment.
Yeah, that would be
I would love
awesome.
that. I mean,
but I think that would take, you know, a
lot.
lot,
Hell
of
of a
work,
lot of work.
and they're both
Yeah.
busy guys. But as of now, I think, you know, that obviously
they're
brought
still
it
trying to
up.
pay off the pitch from 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. How much do we not see? Like, you know, filming a reality show, obviously there's a lot, but a lot gets, you know, not shown. Like, how much is there any drama or anything that they go?
Anything
yeah,
no goes,
we
you
can't
know.
really show that. You know,
I think they show an awful lot. I mean, you can't cut everything in. It's not going to be a Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Right.
1,000 episodes over 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's going to be things you don't see, but they capture the best parts, I think.
Yeah.
And
I could see though Phil telling the camera people, I need a moment with the team. Get the hell out of here. You know, like.
yeah, because sometimes I think there was there was a massive game, and the gaffer did say, look, no film crew here today. And even though we're always focused and we're so used to having the film crew there, and it's literally like a fly on the wall now.
Yeah.
This one day I remember him saying, and that's because the most important thing in our lives is still to get the club promoted.
Right.
It's not the show. It's not anything else. It's to succeed and get this club promoted. That's what we're all paid to do ultimately. And the gaffer didn't want any distractions. So there might be a couple of things that you don't always get to see in the show, but you can't see everything.
Right,
you know?
right.
You see enough.
You see
enough.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about two other things. Coming off the success of just Wrexham in general, it got you creating your own clothing company.
Yeah, so I actually created my own clothing company before the
Oh,
show.
But
you
know,
did,
they
okay.
just
clear that
And
one
you know,
up.
it's crazy because I saw you and the kids were wearing, your line, and I'm like, why are they all wearing the same stuff? And I Googled it to see what it was, and then I figured it out.
It's pretty stupid, but you got to market in any way you can,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's great.
Smart.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I started my clothing brand whilst living in Wrexham. I had a lot of spare time on my hands because my family's in London, so I was staying up there several nights a week. So I thought, how could I use my time wisely? I've always wanted to set up a clothing brand, and I set up a street leisure wear brand, and it's gone unbelievably well.
I know a lot of things have been sold out.
It's sold out all the time. I'm dropping a
Caitlin,
new
he
line.
tried to. When he created this, we were like, I can't get you to take out the trash, but yet you created a clothing line out of nowhere.
That's so true. And also, I don't give her any freebies, so she hates me so much. I don't give out any freebies. I'm trying to grow a business, baby.
She should be promoting it for you.
I know.
She'll be out there on the streets, and they'll be like, she's like, yes, this is the newest launch, the drop.
So we're dropping a new line. We've got a pre-order available on the 15th of May. So
what's the
the new
website
line.
for anybody who doesn't know?
wxmclothing.com.
There you go.
So check it out.
Is it cool though? You're online scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, and then you see Ryan wearing your hat or shirt.
I'm sure you gave them free stuff.
They're the boss. You need to. They're the boss. Caitlin, don't
No,
listen for a
they
second.
bought all of it.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
See, Caitlin?
They
I didn't
paid
even
full
know they were
price.
wearing it. What?
So with that too, end of summer, July. The end of July, there's a big movie coming out, Deadpool 3. You might know.
Yeah, you don't know about that? Yeah. Little cameo
so
action
reading
there?
up, there's the possibility that you might be on screen for either a second or the entire movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Are you going to be a new superhero that we don't know about?
Does Deadpool become a Wrexham fan?
I'm not a superhero. Never will be. But
Does Deadpool become a Wrexham fan? Can we say that much?
Oh.
I'm sure Deadpool is a Wrexham fan. Who isn't,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, no.
I could see him sitting at home, like in costume. Ryan sitting at home in costume on the couch, watching the game on television or his phone, and there you are scoring a goal just by chance. And
I'm still learning how.
You don't know what you can say and can't
I'm
say.
still
right?
learning
Well, you know
how
what,
to
you-
deal with the questions I can and can't answer
Yes.
in this PR world, right? So
Right.
I'm
So
just kind of sat here
I'll
like.
put it on you. What can we say about Deadpool then? What
Are
can
you in it?
say?
You are in it for at least a minute.
You're in it just in general, possibly.
I can't say anything. I've been
Just your
told
face alone
to
tells
not
us
say
you're in it.
anything.
No, I hear you.
And if there was to be something, it would be minute. It'd be a tiny.
Okay.
If there was a, but who knows? I
No,
don't know.
I
I don't know what to say.
I
Don't ask me
think
questions.
I nailed the scene. You don't have to say anything.
I-
I think
yeah,
I nailed
yeah.
the scene. I think I nailed it well.
I think we know.
So, Ollie, what is your goal after? Are you looking to just play out the rest of your career with Wrexham? Do you want to do what seems what everybody wants their time in the UK is done? They come over to the States and play a few more years here.
Come
Like,
on.
what's the
Red
goal?
Bulls?
So I'll speak the truth, right? I'll
Yeah.
speak complete facts. Because that's how I always answer my questions.
I appreciate it.
I'm
Except for the
pretty
Deadpool
transparent.
answers.
I just didn't answer it. I just didn't answer that one.
He spoke his truth.
So I'd love to play for Wrexham to the end of my career. That'd be my ultimate goal. But the honest reality is it's growing at such a fast pace, and the aim is to get into the Premier League, and there's no time to be sentimental, right? So my aim is to be there for as long as possible, and to deliver the club success, and I'll do that for as long as I'm wanted to. And failing that, because everything does come to an end, I'd love to play in America. We spoke about it this week, how much I'd love to play over here. So
this David Beckham guy's doing it. He's bringing all the players over, and
no, we want him for the Red Bulls.
He's bringing much better players over than me. That's for sure.
Stop.
Beckham has Miami. Danielle has New York.
Yes.
Danielle is to New York what Beckham is to Miami. So Danielle.
Well, if I get let go from Wrexham,
call me.
No, you're not
see you
gonna
at the
get let
Red
go.
Bulls.
Let's go.
Once you get into Premier League, you retire. They put your jersey up in the stadium. Then Danielle will bring you over to play in Newark.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, right?
I like it.
Sounds like a plan.
So, because I noticed that they did get rid of a lot of players recently. Like Luke Young is gone.
Yeah.
What is that like? Because you guys become a family, right? And obviously, it's the way of the world. It's the way sports works. We know it happens. But when you become close to somebody or when they become family, it's got to be hard to see them go.
It is, because this is why you can never get too attached, because it can be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
When you give everything. So for me right now, I've given up a lot of my family time and committed so much to Wrexham and missed out on so much with my wife and my children. And then even though you have all the success, which it ultimately does make it worthwhile because you've been successful and it's paid off in that respect, in the end they still say thanks but no thanks.
Right.
You're moving on, right? And then you're forgotten about.
Right.
It's part of the business no one really understands.
Yeah. That's what happens here too. You've been here how many years? They take you in and you go, yeah, we'll pack that box for you.
Yeah, we'll pack that box for you. But ultimately, it's normal in our industry.
Right.
It is hard, and you do get attached to the clubs that you play for the fans. You do get attached to your teammates, and it's hard. But we know what we're signed up to do, and we know it doesn't last forever.
Right.
I would be so pissed. You just moved up another league, and then the next day it's like, hey, can you come to the office real quick?
Unfortunately, this is what I'm saying about you can't be too sentimental. The club's moving at a really fast pace, and
it's exciting. It's scary.
Exciting,
it's
and you always need to freshen up the team.
Right.
And it happens to absolutely everybody. And my time will come. I don't know when, but it will come at some stage.
After the Premier League, and we move you to Newark.
I do love watching.
Getting to the Premier League would be amazing. That would be my goal.
My family is Villa. We're Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So
sorry to hear that.
We love it. Yeah.
Hang on. So your husband's from Brighton.
Yes.
And then your family's Villa.
Yes.
And then your Red Bulls.
Yes. My husband's from Brighton, but he grew up loving Villa because one of his friends, when he was a kid, took him to a Villa game. There's a lot of history to it for him. So, we have a chance to, maybe go back
Wrexham
to the
has my heart
championship.
because I didn't have a team.
But wait, I love watching the players.
Sorry, you're talking about Villa?
Yes.
Going back to the championship.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're going in the championship. Champions League.
Thank you.
Yes.
To clear that up quickly.
Sorry.
Any viewers that thought I was agreeing to that.
I meant the Champions League.
Typical fan.
Right now we're in number 4. We're in the 4th spot, and we have a chance.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And
for Villa, to be
it would
fair.
it would be crazy.
It would be incredible.
But I love watching, in Ollie Watkins talking to someone from another team, even though they're playing each other on the field. They're friends off the field, and I know that I'm a girl. Maybe that's a girl thing, but I go, oh look, Ollie's talking to so and so from the other team.
I wouldn't always think it's nice things, even when they're laughing.
No,
with a smile on the
trust
face.
me, they might be laughing and saying something real nasty.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought they were all
100%.
friendly when they were talking
I'll
like
show you
that.
some Kobe Bryant videos.
Damn,
so
Ollie.
you think he's a nice guy.
No. If you mic'd up some players on a pitch and you listen to that, you'd be very disappointed.
Really? Damn. Oh, wait, do you have a Premier League team that you support?
Man United. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're actually coming to play at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm
They
gutted
didn't
they're not
play
playing them this year.
They didn't do too well this week. Oh, who said
know.
that? Crystal Palace?
Well, we invited our guest here, and now she has to fight.
Ollie doesn't like me
Yeah, we're
anymore.
gonna fight.
We got to end this soon. Ollie, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming all the way. Big supporters of Wrexham here, both on screen and on the pitch, and we're looking forward to the Premier League eventually for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
It's so nice. This is, I don't know what else to say. But if you haven't watched Welcome to Wrexham, you don't know what you're missing.
Hulu, Disney Plus.
Yes, it's so much fun, and at the end of the day, you walk away with a smile on your face, and you're just, happy. It really does just make you happy.
And maybe at the end of the summer, one of the three of us may or may not be in Deadpool.
Maybe.
See, like I said, one of three. I don't know who we're talking about.
Including Caitlin, maybe one of four.
One of four. Ollie, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.